I sometimes think about the way that these birds by the lake perceive me. They don't seem to be afraid, but other than that, I ponder whether or not they wonder where I came from, or if they even care, so long as I'm feeding them and not making any sudden moves. Of course, these ducks are used to people, but if they weren't, I'm sure that they would be intimidated by my size, or maybe if they saw me get out of a car, they would be very weary of human technology. I often have these types of thoughts, especially in regards to aliens, and what it would be like if humanity were confronted with another race from the stars, assuming it hasn't happened already. As an anthropologist, I'm interested in understanding mankind, in how civilizations developed, and how religions came to be. With modern advances in the field of genetics, great progress has been made in understanding why there are different races, and it turns out that things did not unfold the way that it's been portrayed in the media, which seems to be more about promoting an egalitarian political agenda than with unbiased scientific discovery. Organizations such as the Smithsonian and even the United Nations have promoted the theory of a linear progression of mutating simians that left Africa that then populated places like Europe. Cro-Magnon, the first fully modern hominin, first shows up all of a sudden in the fossil and genetic record about 40,000 years ago. Before that date, there is no hominin on the planet that has a chin, which in an anthropological context is a signature of an agricultural diet. Cro-Magnon's blood type was A negative, and A blood type is considered to have come from an agricultural population. That said, no other hominin, primate, or prosimian had Rh negative blood. Incidentally, simian basically means monkey, and pro means before. So what I'm saying is, no monkey, ape, or other hominins such as Neanderthal, Homo erectus, or anything that supposedly evolved into monkeys was Rh negative. Nothing before Cro-Magnon used bow and arrows, or used spears, or any bifacial tool technology. And to top it off, Cro-Magnon was taller and had a significantly larger cranial capacity than today's average. So the Darwinian model is not only inadequate and obsolete, it seems to me that the ancient myths and legends are a more realistic explanation for what happened during the late Pleistocene, or Ice Age, than the out of Africa model, which is looking more and more like a really bizarre fairy tale. In my book, Species with Amnesia, I identify Cro-Magnon as a likely candidate for what civilizations like the ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Basque call an Atlantean. During the first half of the 20th century, the nationalist German government sent expeditions around the world exploring the remnant civilizations and descendants of Cro-Magnon, such as the Guanches, the native people of the Canary Islands and the Atlantic, which left tall mummies and built small stone pyramids. While this research was shunned by the British, who won World War II, during the first half of the 20th century, the British Museum instead displayed the Piltdown Man, a scientific fraud of an orangutan or baboon's jaw glued onto a human skull, filling the academic textbooks with lies and Eurocentric propaganda about a missing link found in India. It seems the concept of an ancient, advanced civilization which was decimated by cataclysms, but not before is a much more credible scenario, even if it's not considered politically correct and fails to fit into the modern globalist political agenda. In my research, it seems the farther one looks back in time, the more advanced and impressive the architecture is, such as the massive megalithic constructions in modern Lebanon at sites like Baalbek, where each stone block weighs over 800 tons, much more massive than anything achieved by the Roman civilization, who also occupied the area and attempted construction there many millennia later. The same examples can be seen in places like Peru, where the pre-Incan civilizations produced a superior megalithic construction than the more modern civilizations that came after, which strikes me as counterintuitive if one were to adhere to the Darwinian model. According to the myths and legends, an advanced seafaring civilization established colonies around the world and even mated with and interbred with the various other types of hominins they encountered, which seems to be reflected in the genetic evidence that is currently being taught in universities. Yet ironically, one rarely sees mention of this on any mainstream media outlet or even in any movies. During our own age, the Holocene, we have first-hand examples documented of when a more advanced agricultural civilization encounters for the first time a hunter-gatherer tribe, illustrating the cultural differences and going against the narrative that agriculture developed spontaneously at the same time around the world, rather than the diffusionist model, which means one group spread it around, becoming the nobility and in some cases deified as gods. In the following clip, a native Wangku Jonka woman who lives at Christmas Creek in Western Australia has seen many changes throughout her lifetime, but nothing so dramatic when as a teenager she saw a white man for the first time.
Jimmy Dean sausage might make your holiday just a little bit brighter.
I was born among the sandhills in my own country. There were no white people. We slept without blankets. All we had was a fire to keep us warm. We wore no clothes, completely naked. We used to travel around and go hunting on foot. We'd catch large guanas, bandicoots, blue-tongued lizards, and possums. We'd eat every bit of these animals, even crush the bones and eat them too. My father and mother would both go hunting. My sister and I would stay near the camp and hunt for small lizards. We'd track thorny devils, following its tiny tracks until we'd find one feasting on ants. We would catch it and look around for more. We would cook and eat them, and save some for our mother and father. The first time I saw an aeroplane, it was down near the stock route. It landed near us. We thought the white people might kill us. We were frightened of the white people, so we hid in a wattle tree. We sat under that tree looking out. Then someone said, "It's gone now. It's a long way off." My father and mother were frightened too, afraid we might get killed. So we stayed under that tree and didn't go hunting in case the plane came back. We stayed there overnight. No food. Just the bush tucker we had with us. My uncle was a stockman. He had been all the way to Viruna. He guided us part of the way to Balgo Mission. Then we made our own way. We had no food, so we ate bush tucker along the way. We got there and met the priest. He gave us lollies. No flour. Later on we traded bush tucker for flour and got other things. That's where we learnt about white man's ways. We didn't know about white people before that.
We don't know white people.
The Catholics were good and generous. They gave us food and lollies and things because we didn't know about money. They taught us little by little until we gradually learned English and understood it. We were baptized with holy water. No more sin. It's encounters like this one that bring to life ancient legends of white gods that introduced agriculture to various parts of the world, from places like Mesoamerica and South America, all the way across the Atlantic Ocean to the Berber tribes of North Africa by Mount Atlas, and even sub-Saharan Africa, where Credo Mutwa, the 85-year-old Zulu shaman in South Africa, claims that this picture he had painted of tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed beings had been seen by black African tribes throughout that continent long before the white Europeans arrived. Credo, the official historian of the Zulu nation, said that when the Europeans first came, the black Africans thought they were the return of these same white gods, which they called Mzungu. As a result, they called the European settlers by the same name. This was very much the same reaction as the Central American people when Cortez and his Spanish invasion party arrived in 1519, and they thought that he was the returning god Quetzalcoatl, another god described as tall, bearded, with blue eyes.
How can I help you? Fascinating. Kneel before me.
My name is Robert Sepper. I'm an anthropologist. My published work is available on Amazon, as well as through various other major book outlets. They make a great gift. If you'd like to support my work, you could do that through patreon.com. There should be a link in the description section for those that are interested. I appreciate it. Thank you. Please hit the like button and subscribe for future updates. As always, I look forward to reading your comments, so please leave me your thoughts below. Please have a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you again soon.
Over there, it's a task manager. It's a project manager. It's Asana, your work manager. Bring together everything your team needs.
And all you people who are bowing down and licking boots and putting your chicken sandwich to the side to shine the boots, you're gonna live to regret it. You're gonna wake up in hell one day in America. And you're gonna be like, what the? Where's my chicken sandwich?
So what would you do if someone said the N-word to you?
I would say, amazing. The black had a funeral fit for a king.
And allegedly more pertinent, he resisted arrest.
Amazing.
Saying, oh, what is that when you can't take small spaces?
Hands up, I can't speak. They did the same kind of thing when that boy, the fat boy that fought with the cop.
Oh yeah, they called this guy a gentle giant too.
Yeah.
They called George Floyd a gentle giant. Michael Brown.
How
and
come
Eric
all
Garner.
the gentle giants are criminals? Are there any nice gentle giants?
D-Live, $50 with the diamond. Thank you. Philosopher with the diamond. Thank you. Brandon M with the diamond. Joel looks like a black Han Solo this morning.
The pretty lady with the nice body is 2009, right?
Right.
And nice little swimsuit. The fat one, we don't know if it's a man or woman or what it is. That's 2020.
Well, we could
2020.
look at the positive and say that the billboard won't be tempting you no more.
Unless you're on pot. So, remember I told you in South Africa, Mommy Africa, that blacks ran the whites off? And now they've taken over the government and everything, and they're killing the whites and robbing, raping, taking land and all that. Well, they did the same thing in Zimbabwe. And they forced the whites to leave Zimbabwe, so I'm being told. And so according to African news, Zimbabwe is on the brink of starvation. Where are the white people? Once upon a time, white people ran Zimbabwe in that they did all the farming, everybody was fat and sassy and happy-go-lucky. And then the black people looked around and said, y'all white, y'all racist. We want the farmland. Y'all gotta go. We're too fat and poor. And so you white people gotta go. And so they forced white people out of Zimbabwe, took the land, and only would sell it to black people. Right? And then the white people like, all right. And then the blacks like, we can do it. We're smarter. We're the first on earth. We made English. We created math. We created the stoplight. So the white people, they took the land, and the white people left. And then the blacks took over, and now they're starving. And now they're saying, we want the white people back. And now white farmers are returning. People are overjoyed.
The first time a white Zimbabwean farmer Rob Smart left his land, it was at gunpoint, forced out in June by riot police armed with tear gas and AK-47 assault rifles. Smart returned on Thursday to ululations and tears of joy from
We were just playing. We want y'all to come back. We were playing white people. We like y'all. Y'all ain't racist. We hungry.
6:30. Oh, we're back. And I was yelling at some of our friends to be late. And they're white. I know exactly why you guys were late. Because you're mad at black people, you hate them now for what they've done. and you become like what you hate, now you're going to be late.
Guilty.
Just like that.
Bubba Wallace's father, a guy by the name of Darrell Wallace, went on CBS to defend his son, implied the garage pool was the news, even though the FBI said it wasn't. Watch this.
His integrity is in question right now.
He has none.
I get on social media normally in the morning at breakfast and just see what's going on and what's being said and what's new. And then everybody is questioning, to the fact that he has something to do with it. What's the symbol of a news? I mean, I don't care who put it there or what the reason is there. It's there as a garage door to be able to pull a rope to pull the garage down. But what was going to do the person who did it 2019 or whatever? I mean, it's been there that long, and my thing is, why hasn't somebody noticed it? But like I said, that's when I think of a noose, it's the symbol of death.
Why hasn't Bubba said something when all the houses got it, man? You up that line. No wonder your son is a liar. Bubba, 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 Bubba. Like father, like son. Like beta father, like beta son. back in 2009 when that stupid black so-called professor overreacted to the cops coming to his place to look out for him. Obama said, I don't know all the facts, but the police acted stupidly. I don't know all the facts. Why don't you shut up then? It was like the Chinese virus. Remember how the government put us all in the house and told us not to come out?
Yes, oh gosh, they started on the
coronavirus. Was it worse than that?
Yeah, see, they would all say no because they love the coronavirus. They're all sheep too, and so I just get in fights with them all day because they're literally sheep. They said they would stay inside their home.
Sheep.
Sheep, yeah.
Did you say shit sheep?
Sheep.
Oh, I thought you said shit sheep.
No, just sheep.
Did she say shit sheep?
She did all the way.
No, I didn't. No, they're sheep.
It's amazing what's happening. My producer's out today because he's not feeling well, so we Joel and I and Chris, we're making it happen. God is good, and His mercy endures forever. All right, let me go to Juan, a first-time caller out of Vermont. Juan, happy White History Month. Welcome to the show.
Happy White History Month, Jesse. I'm just wondering, like, why do you think a lot of males who live with their moms and males, and plus, why do you think the Jim Crow laws definitely helped? You said, like, it was Jim Crow's laws that definitely, in your opinion, helped out black communities. It definitely didn't help out black communities, and I just wanted to see on your point of view.
Well, number one, the reason men are staying home and not moving because they are mama's boys, and the mama has convinced them, oh, stay home and save money. It's too expensive. And mama is using them as though they're her husband. She's using them in the place of God, and because she hates the fathers. And number two, I never said Jim Crow law helped the blacks. You smoke pot?
Yeah, I smoke pot.
Oh, I rest my case.
What do you mean by that?
Because the potheads don't know what's going on. You can tell them anything, they believe it. Anything but the truth.
Okay, also...
Why are you a pothead?
Why am I a pothead? Because it calms me down.
You need to overcome your mama so you don't have to calm down. You always be calm down.
No, I'm always going to love my mama because she's my dad and I don't have a dad because I was born out of wedlock.
Your mama is not your daddy. A woman can't be your daddy.
She's my dad and she's my mom.
She's not your daddy, pothead. Beta!
Listen, Jesse. And plus, most black people, why they are the way they are, because they don't want to treat their kids the right way, because they know the whites are going to treat them back. And most black people who get locked up in my state get more time than all these other white people in this state.
How old are you, Juan?
I'm 28.
You just like your mama. You think like a woman.
At least I think like a woman and not like you who lost their race, who likes the white people.
You love the white people?
No, I don't like the white people. And I'm fucking 48% white. My people got raped by the white people. My people got taken away.
Well, the black people are raping the white people now. Are you okay with that?
Yes. No, I'm not okay with that because at the same time, both sides are wrong. But at the same time,
so I don't hear you complain about the blacks raping the whites.
Whites are more fucked up than any other race.
You can't be cussing, man. What's wrong with you? What? Pothead. Juan, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me is I'm listening to all you radical rights, and they keep on saying, oh, all these Black Lives and Antifa are causing the protests, when we know it's other people who's going into these protests who are destroying things. You don't see black people going to white protests and doing the same thing. Why is that? Because we don't think radical just like them, but when it comes to over...
Yes, they do, man.
Oh, this is this.
Yes, they do.
It's fact.
So listen, Juan, you're half white, half black.
I'm half white, half black, and
And So your mama is your daddy?
My mom is my daddy. If you want to say that, she's always been in my life. Yeah.
So is your mother a transsexual or something?
No, she's not. No trans.
But how is she a man, your daddy, if she's a woman?
Because she played the role as a man.
Is she a lesbian?
It doesn't matter if she's a lesbian or not.
Is she a lesbian?
Yeah, she's a lesbian.
Your mama a lesbian? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Your mama a lesbian?
Yeah. But at least she's showed me the right
Now,
way.
what do you think your mama is a daddy? Your mama a lesbian?
Okay, like...
What was it like being raised by a lesbian?
My life was pretty good.
No. Come on, man.
Wasn't it good?
Because you raised by a lesbian. Lesbian ain't got no love. Lesbian.
She showed me plenty of love, and she
No,
showed me-
lesbians don't have love, man. They're looking for love.
Alright, why I don't like whites? Because I looked into their history, and my great-great-great
Well, you need to be looking into your lesbian mama history.
My white man up in northern Vermont.
Juan. Hey, Juan.
Yes.
You need to be looking into your lesbian mama history and overcome your mama. That's why you smoking pot.
Probably.
All right, overcome your mama and call me in, all right?
All right, Jesse. Enjoy your day.
You too, buddy. He's nice. All right. Oh, I'm dry. Well, black people can't swim. Help! No, I'm kidding.
So I was just like, okay. So then the white man called me. He said, no, it's a compliment, you know? So I was like, look at yeah, he called him a cracker, but look at how the white man just said, oh, it's a compliment. He just let it go instead of saying, no, that was racist, you know? Like, that just, I'm sorry.
Do we have any crackers here? I know we got a whole bunch of N-words here. White people are so afraid of the blacks now, they don't know what to do. I was riding down the road the other day, yesterday. And you know how you stop at the stoplight and white people pull upside you, and you look over, they're gonna go away real fast. I'm like, they ain't gonna play. I started to mess with them at the store. If they take too long in the line, I said, Black Lives Matter! You know what I'm saying? We don't know if all lives matter. It sounds good to say that, but I don't know if that's true or not. If somebody gonna rob my house, they don't think their life matters, and I won't think so either. If I'm home. You know what I mean? You had 3 lives?
I had.
No wonder you sound that way.
That's the path that God chose for me.
But all people are not the children of God.
I know.
Oh.